Good evening, everybody, and welcome to, well, what will be our last Daily Cash Blessings call of 2022. We will not have a call next week between Christmas and New Year's. I will be busy starting to do all the work behind the scenes to get everything changed over and ready. And then here in a little while, we'll go over um, what my anticipation for downtime is, when the website will go down and when it'll come back up with all the changes into it. So, stay tuned for that. We're going to go through the all the changes. Try to do that here in about 20, 25 minutes, and then we'll see if you've got any questions. Again, I'll give everybody warnings. Let's make sure the questions are specific to something that's taken place with the changes. If you don't understand something um, about something we go over tonight, then that would be the proper question, not the right time for to question about your referrals or your back office or your cycles or anything like that. Send me an email on that, and we'll deal with that away. All righty. With that said, let's jump right on in. So we've been working on this several committee meetings. We laid this out partially last week, completely Tuesday night. So this is going to be our second call with the complete batch of changes coming through. So we're going to roll through these, starting with our newest edition, which is going to be a feeder for Cash Blessings for You. It's going to allow you to be able to bring people into Cash Blessings for You at $350 versus $50. Much easier to get those in. So as somebody joins, they'll now have an option to come in here. I figure this is going to be a big pay it forward spot right here at $3.50 too. But they can come in the feeder, they can come in and Daily Cash Blessings level 1 or Cash Blessings for You level 1, or any combination of them if they wanted to come in at more than one. But they can come in at level 1 of any of the three. And that's their only options till they join and get a position. Now, product wise, we'll go over some products here in a minute that we've added on. Those won't take place until somebody actually enters either level 1 of Daily Cash Blessings or Cash Blessings for You. The feeder won't qualify for the additional product package that we're putting into place. But Blessings Begin is just a simple 2-level 4x1 team force matrix. So once you're next to cycle, the next 4 positions bought in that level will go and cycle you, move you to the next level. The only earnings off of the 2 levels is your $3.50 back. But once you complete it, you do get your money back and you get a position in Cash Blessings for You. So anybody that comes into here and pays their way in, they will go to whoever the next person in line to get their 2 people is. Remember, Cash Blessings for You is a team build that we're doing. We're doing it on a regular force matrix, but we're giving everybody 2 people. So this will be a much easier way to roll people in and get everybody their 2 people. Now, if it is a pay it forward, if you're paying for them, then they will go to you. Not many people are going to pay it forward for somebody that goes to somebody else. So anybody that you pay it forward to, and we're holding everybody to the honor system on that. So please don't be that one person that signs up a bunch of people and tells them to pay you, and you go pay it forward for them, instead of them paying their way in and getting in. I don't want to have to go down that road down the road. I don't think anybody would, but it's always something that lingers in the back of your mind. So don't be that person. Let me flip my chat screen on so I can see if anybody pops in any questions. All right, so once you cycle through here, you're going straight into Cash Blessings for You. You'll go under the first open spot in your sponsors downline. Now that may not be, you may not see them directly in your downline. If you've already cycled level 1 and you're setting in level 2, then that person is going to fall to somebody in your downline to help them cycle to move over into level 2 to help you cycle. So they're going to go into the first open position in your downline. That may or may not be in your matrix, depending on whether you've got a matrix open in that level and an empty position in it. But they do go, and they will follow you indefinitely. They will also follow you in the two positions that we've got that creates positions over in Daily Cash Blessings. Those referrals will follow you there also as they come over, because they'll be tagged to you. So it's going to be entirely possible that you may have 10 referrals in Daily Cash Blessings, and one of those referrals may actually have some positions that you start seeing that is under somebody else, because that's who they fell under in Cash Blessings for you. And those positions that gets created there will flow to that person, because that is just how the system's got them tagged. So whoever their sponsor is when they enter a matrix, that person is who they're going to follow all the way through that position. Now, if they get over in Daily Cash Blessings with this one, and then they end up buying positions over there, those positions would end up going through to whoever the listed sponsor is. A little complicated when we're merging these back into one login, but I think you'll see quickly on how it works out, and it'll work out just perfect. So Cash Blessings for you now, instead of going through level 1 2 times, level 2 2 times, level 3 2 times, and then level 4, which really meant you had to cycle 7 times to complete Cash Blessings for you. We've eliminated the second cycles, and it's just 4 levels. Regular force matrix, 2 by 2, 6 people. And with the team build, we're going to put 2 under you. We're also going to take your 2 people, we're going to put 2 under them. So these are going to build as we get people coming in, and hopefully the 350 price tag will bring us a boatload more people in than the $50 tag is. So as those people come in, we'll start filling those 2s up, and it should start cycling people through on an even basis. It should cycle people down through. Now, some people might cycle a little bit ahead of somebody else because they paid it forward for a couple of people, and they came out and filled up their matrix ahead of the 2 under 2s. So that's definitely the case, and that's just the way that'll work with people being able to pay it forward for people. So level 1 now, once you cycle, you're going to earn $75. You'll upgrade to level 2. You get a bonus position over in Daily Cash Blessings level 1, and your sponsor is going to get a $10 bonus. Level 2 is going to pay you $100, upgrade you to level 3. You're going to get a bonus entry in Cash Blessings level 1. So you get a new entry back in level 1. Your sponsor is going to get a $25 bonus. Level 3 is going to pay you $325. It's going to upgrade you to level 4. You're going to get another entry back up in level 1, and your sponsor is going to get a $75 referral bonus. On level 4, you're going to earn $500. You will re-enter level 4. You're going to get another new position back up in level 1, and you're also going to get a position in level 3 of Daily Cash Blessings. And your sponsor is going to get a $200 referral bonus. So that is a total of $1,000. And your sponsor is also going to get $310 in referral bonuses. So that's one time through one position. One of the couple of the big points here is, once you cycle level 4, you're always going to stay in level 4, because you're going to re-enter that. Every time you cycle, you're going to re-enter. As you cycled level 2, you got a new position. Level 3 gave you a new position. Level 4 gave you a new position in level 1. So those are going to come through, and as they cycle through these, they're going to each create 3 more positions. They're going to cycle level 4, and now you got 4 positions in level 4, and you got 9 more positions moving through the matrices. Or I guess that'd be the matrices. And we'll carry out 1 more level here too. Those 9 are going to come through. They're going to cycle through the 4 levels. Now you're going to have 13 positions in level 4 and 27 positions coming back through again. So you can see how, if we can really start rolling people into the feeder at 350, just how fast this thing could move and how many positions you're going to be able to create. Each one of them is going to represent $1,000 to you, and it's going to triple itself and leave itself in level 4. So $1,000 seems small compared to a lot of these plans, but when you look at it and take a deep look at it, $1,000 is just the tip of the iceberg on what can be earned in cash blessings for you. Of course, you also get your banner and text ad credits on each level. Each level goes up a little higher. We're starting off at 10,000 and completing out at 25,000 for level 4 on the banner and text ad credits, and the feeder also does give you 1,000 on the first level, 5,000 on the second level. So we want people, as soon as they come in and get a position, to have the ability to advertise their any other businesses that they're in right inside the program here for everybody to see. All right, so daily cash blessings. What we currently have is 8 levels of daily cash blessings spread out over a phase 1, phase 2. Then you move into cash elevator, which is 5 levels. Well, our biggest goal in all of this was to reduce this down, because, you know, if I'm sitting in level 1 right now and there's 5,000 people in front of me that needs to cycle, when I look at that $25,000 down at the end of cash elevator, I can't see it too clearly because it's so far away that I might need the Hubble telescope to be able to see the end of it. So our goal was, 1, let's clean up what's in the system. Anybody that hasn't logged in the last 4 months, they're going to be purged from the system, as well as their positions. We're going to eliminate level 1 and level 8 of daily cash blessings right now and leave it just with 6 levels. On cash elevator, now we'll turn into phase 2, and instead of 5 levels, it's going to be 4. A little less total payout, but I would rather see a total payout of around 33,000 and see a path to get there than a total payout of $47,000 and not see no path forward. Because right now we are, if somebody gets a position in level 1, there's 5,000 positions ahead of them. We're going to be able to greatly change that, because what we're going to do, we're going to take everybody's positions that's in level 1 right now, which is a $5 position. The new level 1 is going to be a $15 entry. So for every 3 positions that you've got in level 1, that's going to create a position in the new level 1. If you've only got 1 position or 2 positions, we're going to take care of that. And what'll happen if you got 1 position, we're going to give you a position in the $15 and debit your account for the other $10 to move it up. So you'll get that position, and then when you cycle that first time in the new level 2 and make $25, it'll make up for it, and you'll end up with $15. If you got 2 positions right now and that's all you've got, then we're still going to do that, and we'll debit your account for the $5 difference right there. One thing that happens on this, and we'll go over the plan here in a minute, is when somebody buys a position for $5, it instantly goes to somebody to cycle them through level 1 right now and move them into level 2. So the money to pay for all these moves is not there. It's not been paid out to people to cycle them into level 2 and then up to level 3 and everything. So we're going to have to make a little bit of concessions for a little while to do this, as far as being able to recoup that money back in the system. So we got money to pay people once we get to the good cycles and out and all. So we're going to go over the plan for that, and we're going to make sure it's something that everybody shares equally in, as far as how we put that money back into the system. So right now we're going to go to 6 levels in phase 1. Level 1, just like level 1 now, not going to pay out anything. It's going to take that 15 and roll it into level 2. Level 2 will pay you $25 and move you into level 3. Level 3 is going to pay you $50, move you into level 4. You get a new position back up in level 1, and your sponsor is going to get $10. Level 4, once you cycle, is going to get you $75. You're going to get 3 more entries back up into level 1, and you're going to get a position over in cash blessings for you. And that position will move over into Cash Blessings for you underneath your Daily Cash Blessings sponsor. So you might already have one in Cash Blessings for you that we assigned you a sponsor to fill up the next person's 2 people. These positions will flow to your whoever your sponsor is in Daily Cash Blessings. So both ways we're going to end up seeing some mix of sponsors right there, but it's just for those individual. When you look at your back office, once the changes goes, what you see in your list of referrals is just going to be your referrals that you currently have in Daily Cash Blessings. The 2 people that got assigned to you and Cash Blessings for you will not show up in your back office as referrals. I don't believe. I'm pretty certain that's going to be the way of it. I'm not going to know for sure until we get everything moved over. The programmer is fairly certain I'm right, but again, he's going to withhold judgment until we get everything moved over to see for sure, because he's never made this kind of move. I've done it once before, and I'm pretty sure that's the way it worked out. But let's get back into here. Level 4, we just finished that. We're in level 5. Level 5 is going to pay you out $400. Going to move you into level 6. You're going to get another 3 positions in level 1, and your sponsor is going to get $25. Level 6 is going to end phase 1. You're going to earn $1,000. Another 3 positions in level 1. You're going to get another position now in Cash Blessings for you. So that's 2 times level 4 and 6. We're going to send a position over to Cash Blessings for you. And then we'll move into phase 2. So now our $15 entry on phase 1 is going to pay out a total of $1,550. So that's about 1,000% increase on your $15 position right there. And again, you're also going to get moved into phase 2, and you've created 10 additional positions in level 1 and 2 positions in Cash Blessings for you. Those are huge because that is 3 times. When you cycle level 4, you're going to instantly cycle somebody in level 1. When you cycle level 5, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to cycle somebody in level 1. And when you cycle level 6, again, you're going to go and cycle somebody in level 1 with those 3 positions that gets created. So that is really intentional right there. Plus, I don't want to see really more than 3 positions in a row for somebody, because when you look at that next to cycle list and you see the same person's going to cycle 8, 10, 12 times in a row, to me that gets discouraging, because you see this person's going to make, if it's level 3 and he's going to cycle 12 times in a row, he's going to make $600 before anybody else has a chance to make 50. So we really want to limit that to 3 going in at a time. All right, so let's move into phase 2. Yes, Claire, there will be 1 login for everything after we get everything moved over. We're going to move the Cash Blessings for you off of the server it's on right now and put it onto the same server as Daily Cash Blessings is now. We definitely want to make this as easy as possible to understand how everything flows, and it's going to flow much easier for everybody if it's all on 1 server and 1 login. Plus, I can fully automate everything there as far as all the moves go, with everything being in the same server. Okay, so Cash Elevator now is going to change to Daily Cash Blessings phase 2. And again, it's going to be 4 levels. First 2 are going to be Team Force, just like they've always been. And now, instead of 3 levels of regular Force Matrix, it's just going to be 2, which is a huge difference in what you need downline wise to complete it. Before, when we had E3, E4, E5, which is the way it is right now, you had to have 6 people that followed you through, and once they got to E3, it would cycle you and move you to E4. Now, for you to cycle E4, those 6 people had to have their 6 people. So they would cycle E3 and move you to E4, which, simple math is 6 times 6, which is 36 people. Reality, I think that's 32 people, because the way the 2-level matrix works, and you got people that sharing people's different levels right there. And so then to cycle level 5, those 36 people all had to have their 6 people. It worked out to be, I think it was 189, is what I figured total downline to get through the 3 regular force matrices, which we have it right now. And that's going to get cut down to 32 people in your downline to complete phase 2 now, or cache elevator. So we're trimming that down significantly right there. So that's going to make it a whole lot easier to get through, and we're going to pay that same big chunk out at the end as we're paying right now on level 5. Basically, what we cut out was level 4. So let's roll through here. On level 1, you're going to earn $500, and you're going to move into level 2. Level 2 is going to earn you $1,000. You're going to move into level 3 and re-enter level 1. Level 3, you're now going to earn $6,000. You'll move into level 4. You're going to get 4 bonus entries in Daily Cash Blessings level 2, so up in phase 1, level 2, and you're going to get another entry here in level 1 on phase 2. And your sponsor is going to get a $250 referral bonus. On level 4, you're going to earn $25,000, 3 bonus entries in level 4 of phase 1, another bonus entry back up into level 1. Your sponsor is going to get a $500 bonus. We're going to make a $1,000 donation to Feed the Children Philippines and another $1,000 to Homes by the Homeless. We're also going to make a $1,000 donation to the charity of your choice and put $500 into the member assistance fund. So, like I said, we basically eliminated 4, and we moved level 5 up to level 4. So now for phase 2, total earnings is $32,500. 3 additional positions in level 1. 4 positions. Oh, I'm sorry. That should be 3 positions. I keep forgetting to make that change because I don't want, as I said earlier, I don't want more than 3 positions going in back to back to back anytime. So it's going to be 3 positions back up in level 2 and an additional 3 positions back up into level 4. So those 3 positions that goes into level 1, your 6 people, once they cycle level 4, they're going to have 3 more positions that moved back up into level 1 and coming through. So when you get those 3 out, they're going to have 3 coming in right behind it. So now what's going to happen is you're going to cycle level 3 times when they come through, because you got 3 different matrices sitting right there waiting for them to come down to you. You're going to move down to level 4, and you're going to be waiting on them same 6 people to have their 3 positions in level 3 cycle. So you're going to go down to level 4, and you're going to be waiting to cycle 3 times. So again, just so I can cash blessings for you, it should be real easy to grasp just how profitable this can be if we do what we need to do. And I say that as an if, because right now we're not bringing people in. So I can make this as easy as the world, but if nobody comes in, nobody moves, nobody earns. Yes, I will have that put up. Our tax ID posted. Should be able to post it first of the year with all the changes made. So we'll be able to do those $1,000 donations that we make on your behalf will become tax deductible for U.S. citizens. I don't know how that would handle anybody outside the U.S. or not, but that would be up to the laws of whatever country you're in, because our tax exemption will just be a U.S. tax exemption. All right, so that is the compensation plan with all the changes. So we just go quickly here through. I'm running behind through the highlights. We're going to move from 13 levels to 10 in daily cash blessings. Cash blessings for you is going to shorten from what amounts right now to 7 levels, because we're going through 3 of them twice, down to just the 4. 2 different levels in daily cash blessings is going to create positions back over in cash blessings for you. and two different levels in cash blessings for you will create positions in daily cash blessings. So we're paying back to each other right there. A new feeder to line up to push people into cash blessings for you at $350 versus $50 entry. And all new members will get a choice of products once they cycle level 1 of daily cash blessings or level 1 of cash blessings for you. And that option is going to be a 3-day, 2-night vacation at the destination of your choice. There's multiple different destinations to choose from. The only thing you got to do is pay the taxes on the rooms, or you can choose a coupon voucher where you can go to a website and pick, I think it's up to $1,000 in coupon values of just the products you want. It's not just going to send you a pack of coupons that 99% of them you never buy, so it don't do you any good. You're going to be able to go in and choose just the products you typically use and get coupons specifically for those. And hopefully you'll be able to take advantage of a double coupon day somewhere at your grocery store and double that up as well. We're going to really kick up the marketing efforts and try to really roll people into the 350. I'm going to keep a ad going that will probably bring in more pay it forward people into the 350 than it will paid. But I'm going to keep that ad rolling just to keep people moving in for you. And at the same time, we're gonna have overall marketing efforts that will bring people in. Hopefully, that'll be paid people coming in that we can really use to create the 2 people for everybody in cash blessings for you. Again, anyone that has not logged into their accounts in the last 4 months, their accounts will be purged, as well as any positions that's in the system right now for those. That in itself is going to remove a lot of those uncycled positions that we've got out there right now and really make this tighten up quite a bit as far as how much of a gap there is between next to cycle and end of the line right there. So what happens to your current positions in daily cash blessings? So as I said, level 1 is going to go away, and we're going to move the equivalent of $5 positions up to the new $15 entry level. So 3 positions will roll in. So if you got 30 positions in level 1 now, you'll end up with 10 positions in level 1 once it changes over. I went over what we was going to do for anybody that just has 1 or 2 positions. We're going to move those and debit your account. If you do have enough in your account, so if you got $5 or $10 in your account and that's what's going to debit, then that'll just get used. When I debit your account, it'll just take you back to 0 or minus whatever, $5 or $10 out of whatever you've got in your balance right there. Same thing if you've got, say you had 10 positions. Well, that's going to create 3 paid positions and it's going to leave 1. So we're going to move that 1 over also and debit your account $10. So you would end up getting 4 positions moved over. So anything that comes up in an odd amount, we're gonna move those over and just debit your account for the equivalent difference in the $15. So one question I've had come up right now is, am I going to have to pay anything? Are we starting stuff over? No, nothing. Only time you're going to have to pay anything is if you choose to pay anything. If you want to get a position in the feeder, or if you want to take another new position. Everybody that's got positions right now, those positions are going to still be there in some form or fashion. They're just going to maybe move around just a little bit. So cash blessings for you. So right now we got people that's in level 1.1 and 1.2. Those 2 will merge together and just be level 1. So anybody that's in 1.2 right now will be at the front, and anybody that's in 1.1 right now and hadn't cycled will fall in right behind those. So it'll still maintain the same order. The people that's in 1.2 right now will be the first ones that cycles out and moves to level 2. And then the ones in 1.1 will fall in right behind those. Of course, it's you know, still depending on getting those 6 people and getting the 2 under 2. So you still might have somebody that's currently in 1.1 that cycles into level 2 faster than a 1.2 because they paid it forward for some people and finished their matrix out. Same thing on level 2 and level 3. We're just going to merge those into one level. And on level 4, there's no changes whatsoever to the structure of it. It was just a one-time through anyway and re-enter. What happens to current positions that is in the VBN program? Well, we're going to take that and convert that over to the feeder. Right now, we've went from 100 and some people paying for their monthly to really less than 15, and half of those had prepaid through the end of the year. So it's those positions really ain't doing you a bit of good in there right now. So once this converts over to Blessings Begin, if you have an uncycled position in level 1 in VBN, it's going to remain as an uncycled position in Blessings Begin. If you've got an uncycled position in level 2 or 3, then it's going to stay and become an uncycled position in level 2 of Blessings Begin. So what'll happen now is you'll cycle through and you'll get a $50 cash blessings for you position and $350 back. So VBN paid out a total of $55 for cycling the 3 levels. And now for 2 levels, it's going to give you the equivalent of $53.50. So pretty square, and you're going to get a $50 position in cash blessings for you as you come out of it. So that's going to be a pretty even swap for everybody, and it's going to really help to push people a lot more positions into cash blessings for you at the same time. So I think that'll be a win-win across the board. So now instead of just making that $55, you're going to get $53.50 versus product and still have that position that's going to roll through cash blessings for you and create all the additional positions and everything. So that position will move somewhere instead of just staying within VBN and rolling back again through it. All right. To recoup the money that it's going to take to move everybody from old level 1 to new level 1, which is basically level 2 right now, we've got to get that money back into the system. So what we're going to do to pay for all the level 1 positions moving over, the first month, so from January the 3rd till February the 3rd, the payouts will only be at 25% of the stated amount. It'll be a reduced payout for that first month so we can recoup that money as fast as possible and back into the system. If we recoup it within a month, then we'll turn that back to 100% payout right away. We don't want to put no more money back in than what we're moving out to do this. So I will know, and I won't know the amount of that until I purge everybody out and see just how many positions going to be left to roll up to the new level 1. So I'll know that by the time we go live. Our total payout in the system currently is at 98%. Got a couple percent kicked in there to make the monthly website payments and the annual domain payments and everything to keep everything running. That's going to drop to 94.2%, which will help to recoup some of that money. Once the money is recouped, the difference in the total payout will go into an advertising budget to keep and maintain advertising out for the program. And again, once we recoup the money, the difference will go toward the advertising, and that's specific to that drop from 98 to 94.2. All right, schedule for the rest of the year up to our relaunch. Our next call will be January the 3rd at 8 p.m. The website, I'm anticipating taking it down around 6 p.m. on December the 30th. So next Friday. And if everything goes good, I'll have it back up by 8 p.m. on the 2nd. If I run into anything that takes me a little longer than necessary, then we'll just push that till our call on the 3rd at 8 p.m. So the backup would be a 24-hour delay in that coming back up. And the other thing that I'm going to do is the Cash Blessings for You website is going to go down a day earlier. It is going to go down on the 29th. That way I can go ahead and be downloading and exporting all that data from Cash Blessings for You and preparing it all and getting those merged together so I can prepare to upload it into the Daily Cash Blessings server. And you're liable to see the Cash Blessings for You matrices start to load into the system ahead of time. I can go ahead and get those in. You know, if you go to purchase matrix positions, you might see those there, but they won't be active until we come back up on the 2nd. So that is a lot of information, and it took me 10 extra minutes to do, but let me get a set here. Oh no, that's ask a question. All right. So if you do, and one at a time, if I call on somebody and you had raised your hand, click on your hand again and put it down. I don't have a way to unmute your mic except when that dialog box pops up that somebody has raised their hand. So if you do have a question, raise your hand, and I will click on the first one I see, and it should unmute your line for you to ask your questions. Ron, I think you should be open now. Ron, can you talk now? No. I'm going to lower the two hands I see. Ron, raise your hand again. I might have wrong. Okay, let me try this. Okay, Ron, see if you can.
Okay, it should be working now.
Yes, now you're good. Okay.
Okay, a couple things. This is mainly for the programmer. As far as whenever we are logging in, we need to know what account we're logging in under, because a lot of us manage other people's accounts, and you really can't tell what account you're logged in on.
You mean once you're logged in?
Once you're logged in, you cannot tell who you're logged in under. Another
let me take that to him and see if he can put something on there that says
okay.
welcome.
I'm gonna give
username.
I'm gonna go through a bunch of them because I was going through it today and I was having all kinds of problems. The next one to cycle, we need to know which one of when we click on it, we need to know which level we clicked on, like level 3 or level 4.
That I'm glad you brought that up. That was on my list a long time ago, and I forgot to ask him about that. And
exactly.
I've seen several other scripts that do that same way. It don't tell you. So
we definitely need that.
There's got to be a way there. I see a couple questions coming in the chat. I'll catch those in between people. So Ron, if you would, my brain, send me an email with those so I can form that into a email into the programmer.
Right.
I've also found Ron, the way to go down the down line, like Carl's been wanting,
right.
In a new program, when you go to your stats, you can click on the username of your people and see their referrals, which is wonderful because now you can see how many people your people have, so you know what they're missing. So
right. Okay.
That's going to be an important part right there. So that's also on my list to get them to do, which looks like it's a pretty easy fix to do right there. So
right.
That's probably a $10 module add-on. So that's going to be something we can get done at the same time. Oh, and one thing I did forget to include on my slide is once we relaunch, we've talked about how important it is to take 10% of your earnings and put back into your business. Well, that's going to be a mandatory thing going forward. There's going to be 10% of your earnings will go to a repurchase balance. And that amount can be used to purchase new positions, pay it forward for somebody, or you'll be able to use up to 50% of it to purchase advertising. We're going to have email leads and pre-scripted advertisings that you can purchase. If you purchase that ad, we'll just go straight and post it. It'll say that it's a Fiverr ad or this ad or that ad, and it'll have whatever price is that it costs to do, and you'll be able to do that with it. So
exactly. Another thing is have the programmer or to let us know as a sponsors where the funds are coming from. In other words, you feeding kids, you got $50 or $75 from Freddie Coon 2 for cycling or something.
oh, where the sponsor bonuses come from. That's a good thought. Yeah.
Right.
Because right now it just shows up in your amounts.
Exactly.
And it shows up under stats and the totals, but it don't tell you where it came from. That's a good thought. Put that all into one email for me, Ron, so I can just put that right in. I just copy and paste that right over to the programmer.
I got to remember what it is now.
See, I'm putting the memory part on you now because I know I can't remember it.
Okay. I'm gonna shut up, folks.
All right, Ron, shut up. Let's see. I see a couple questions here, so let me get these questions in the chat room right here. It will change. The PIF voucher program will change. So that's still going to be in place. Anybody that you've PIFed, that is still going to be in place. And actually, that's still good because it's a $50 one. We may re-look at that, Ricardo, and also add that into the feeder to some degree. But I think it works best at the $50 because now it's worth paying forward for somebody for $50 to get that. That was really an incentive to PIF somebody in for the $50 one. But yeah, that'll still stay put. I'm glad you mentioned that because I totally forgot about that on all my slides. Is the payout reduction for both programs is the next question Ricardo had. Yes, it is going to be for both programs just so we can push that money back into the system as fast as possible. And again, once that dollar amount is put back in, it stops and it goes right back to 100%. New banners, yes, and I completely agree. But I've never liked those current banners because, yes, you're right, they're too dark. Needs to have some much brighter colors on it and all. And I have I've purchased a subscription in Canva to where I can make those myself now instead of having to pay somebody to do them. So that's going to be part of the new rollout. We'll have some new banners in place and hopefully some much brighter colors. And I think I even figured out how to do the animation to it too, where words will jump or bounce or come flying in, different things into that to make those banners really, really pop.
John, one little thing here. I'm going to shut up. I promise.
You done told me that once.
the PIFs, we don't need free PIFs coming in. Free PIFs haven't done a thing for this other than making a bunch of people that do nothing. So if we're going to PIF anybody, let's PIF people we know or people that next door neighbor might be hurting for, instead of bringing people from
is your best bets to PIF people. Yeah. The best people you can pay it forward
instead of advertising and spending money. If we're going to advertise and spend money, let's spend it. Let's spend 10, 15, 30, 40, $100 and get people that are going to pay. That's what we want to come in.
Oh, that's going to be the primary, most definitely. But yeah, the best people you can ever PIF is people that you can tell what your plan is and sell them on that plan. Hey, I'm going to take care of your first position, but I want you to follow my model and you're going to do the same thing I do. And we're going to make this work. and we're going to roll through this. Getting that buy-in from them. If you get a buy-in, if you get somebody bought into what you're telling them, then they're going to follow you, and whether or not you paid it for them or not, it's not going to matter. But yeah, if we roll in 5,000 people from XYZ country that is not going to pay, then they're going to create big splotches in the downline waiting to cycle. So we're going to have some very targeted advertising, and it's going to be mainly targeting people that'll pay. Now there's going to be some that join and don't, and that's going to be your option. But I would, before I paid it forward for anybody off that list, then contact them and say, hey, I'm willing to pay it forward for you, but I want to have a conversation with you first, and get their buy-in off of it. So yeah, you're spot on right there, Ron. The blind pay it forwards end up being just fillers, and they're not going to help you build your downline. So you're going to have to build your downline and their downline both for that. So keep that in mind on that. All right. I don't see anybody else's hand raised. Let me check the chat. No, nothing's still in the chat. There we go. I see Clara. You should be able to unmute yourself. Ron, will you hit mute on yours? I hear some background noise.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, while I was waiting, you kind of touched on, excuse me, buying, positions. And I want to do that, but I like a plan from you as far as the best for our, money for our best, I guess what to say, best buck for your dollar or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Which positions to buy and how often would be the best return are in our investment.
Mm-hmm. And, my philosophy there, and everybody's got a little different thoughts, and some people want to take all their money and buy a bigger position. Well, that's fine, but you're really cutting back because you're losing those early levels that don't pay a whole lot, but you can get a whole lot more positions. And then you also get those additional positions that those lower levels create. So for me, my thought is, and what I typically do with myself is most of mine go into level 1, and I'll also buy some level 2 positions just to sort of skip that 0 payout level. So really that's level 2 is probably the best spot in Daily Cash Blessings to come in at, because that's the first level that's going to pay out. Level 1 don't have no bonus positions in it, but for the difference in what you can get, though, if I can get 3 positions in level 1 versus 1 in level 2, then in the long run, that's 3 times the earnings I'm going to be able to make out of that. Now, it's going to take me 1 step longer to get my 3 level 1 positions through than my 1 level 2, but by the time that level 2 position cycles through, my 3 level 1 positions would pretty much only be about 1 or 2 levels behind. So if you figure what I've earned off of 3 of them, a little short of not cycling through, it's probably going to equal up to be as much as what you've earned off of that 1 level 2 position coming all the way through. And I still got the other level or 2 to go on those 3. So to me, I'll probably buy 2 to 1. I'll put 2 times as many positions in level 1 as I do in level 2. Every now and then I might feel froggy and buy a level 3, but level 1 and 2 is really your best bet, because in the long run it does 2 things. One, it helps push people through. If everybody was buying level 6 positions, then everybody behind that would have trouble getting through. So it helps keep everybody moving, including yourself, because you're wanting to push yourself on through. So maybe you're sitting in level 3, and if you buy a level 2 position and you're next to cycle, it moves somebody over into level 3, and now you've cycled level 3 for yourself. So it's a win-win for the team and for yourself to stay low on those. I know the tendency is to want to jump right down in the cash elevator and grab a $500 position so I can be in front of everybody. But you know, being in front of everybody is great, but now you got to wait on everybody to catch up to you. So my philosophy on that is to keep in the lower positions so I can create more positions. It will be limited to 3 positions in a 24-hour turnaround time. Right now that's 5. We're going to change that to 3, just so we don't have tons of positions stacked up for people. I've all these other programs. I'll jump into half the programs people send me just so I can see what it is and see if I get any good suggestions out of looking at how their website's set up and all. And I've seen some of these where you look at the next to cycle list and there'll be 50 on the next to cycle list and the first 40 are the same person. That's horrible if I'm coming in and I'm seeing that. Strategy to get 6 people. So, you know, what we've said before, getting those 6 people, I'm going to use a combination. I'm going to try to get 6 people that pay their way in. Short of that, a lot of people's never going to get there if they have to go out and try to find paid people. So you want to find people that are willing to do what you're doing and pay it forward for them. I can pay it forward for all 6 of my people if I find 6 people that will agree to do the same thing that I'm doing, which is pay it forward for 6 people. And especially in daily cash blessings, the earlier you get those, the better. Now in daily cash blessings, as long as we got people coming in at that 350 spot, we're going to have a steady flow of people to give everybody their 2 people. So daily cash blessings, or cash blessings for you, I'm sorry, will take care of itself if we're doing what we're doing and we're driving people into the feeder. We can put 16 people in the feeder for what one position in level 1 would be. Well, almost, not quite 16, 15 people. So that's 15 people. That's seven people there too. And one other person getting one of their 2 people. So really daily cash blessings, as long as we're driving that feeder, it's going to take care of itself, because I'm going to give you 2, then I'm going to come back after everybody on your level has their 2, and the 2 people I gave you, now I'm going to come back and we're going to give them 2 people. Now you've got your 6 people over there. Daily cash blessings a little different because it's team build all the way down through. So by the time you get to phase 2, level 3, you need to have 6 people. So getting those 6 people in really in the first 2 levels is important, so they're not too far behind you. I hope that made sense on the 6, and Claire, I hope that made sense on purchasing positions too. And we'll talk more about that on future calls. I've just made me a note right there. We'll get back in once we re-roll out to one of our calls each week being some training calls on what the best method is to be successful, and advertising possibilities, and get back to rolling through those once a week.
Okay, how much is the level 1 again for
level 1's going to be 15 once we roll out.
$15?
Yep. It's going to go from the 5 to the 15. We're going to eliminate that first level and the last level to cut it from 8 levels down to 6.
And how often should we buy in then? Once a month or something? I mean, minimum, I'm saying.
Oh yeah, and as you're cycling too, you're going to get that. If you cycle for $100, 90 is going to your available balance, 10 is going to go to your repurchase balance. So you're going to get some money in there that you can use to repurchase with. That can be used to repurchase or purchase new positions, or it can be used to pay it forward for people. So we're going to help you build that money right on into the system that you can use to build your downline or to build your positions up.
Okay. All right.
So we'll talk about that on several calls through January. And really my goal is to come out of January with everybody on a good plan, and everybody looking forward and working that plan. So we'll do a whole lot that way.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I think I see so yeah, Claire, the 350 feeder on that daily cash on cash blessings for you. I've got to keep myself straight on it. These are too similar sounding. Is going to be that spot that really makes things pop. And it's also going to help you if you get them in there and you're already in daily cash blessings. So now they're your referral in cash blessings for you. When they cycle that first level in daily cash and cash blessings for you, now they're going to move over and be one of your 6 people you need in daily cash blessings. So it's a win-win on cash blessings for you, because it is really going to help you build both ends up right there. So I think the 350 feeder is going to be our most important spot going forward, because it's going to be our easiest spot to get people in paid for, and it's going to be easy for people to pay it forward for people that really is like-minded. That's going to be able to work with, that you're going to be able to work with, and to really keep encouraged to do the same thing. If we can get everybody that you bring in to replicate what we're doing, then we're gold. We're better than gold. We might be platinum at that point, because then things start to work just automatically on their own. And there's no stopping us at that point. But we got to get that momentum built around that 350 feeder to make everything else work. All right, I don't see no more questions on here, so we are 8:57. So we are right on the time frame. So this will probably take me an hour or so to generate, and I will get Tuesdays and Thursdays call out in an email and drop into the Telegram room all at the same time. I'll put them both into one email and label them accordingly.
John, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
John, you hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. If I'm on level 6 now, I stay there, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I got paid on level 5.
That's not going to move at all. The only thing that's going to change is we're going to drop level 8, which I think I've only got 3 people in there right now. So that's going to be an easy fix. And level 1 will go away. So we're taking the first and last level of those 8 out. So if you're in level 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, or 2 through 7 right now, nothing will change for you whatsoever. And actually, if you're in level 2, you're probably going to cycle once this all comes through, because we're going to take all those positions in level 1 and be pushing people into what's level 2 right now, which will be level 1. Now you may see the number change. Level 2 will be level 1, level 3 will be level 2. So you'll actually, if you're in 6 now, it'll say 5 afterwards, but that is going to be level 6 now. So nothing changes but the number on the level. But yeah, nobody's going to move anywhere except moving up from level 1 to new level 1, from level 1 now to level 2. That's the only thing that's going to move. Everybody else stay the same.
All I'm saying, I got paid on 5, 125. Yeah. Now I moved to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, this is not a question.
So you're gonna be right there in that same level once we come through. Yep, you'll be perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
John.
Only thing that changes the name. All right. Yes, sir.
John, instead of putting January 3rd to February 3rd to recoup the money, don't put a timetable on it.
Yeah, that's right. January 3rd until we recoup it. So yeah. If we're busy and popping, that might be 2 weeks.
Right. But if you put
the bottom line, we got to get it in. Yeah.
If you put a stipulation on, people can say, "Well, John, you said so."
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, if we are at the same pace we are right now, it's going to take over a month. So we got to get busy and start bringing people in, so we can get that back in, get back to paying 100%, and get taken off right now. So that reduced payout is really not going to affect new people. So I wouldn't even bring that up to new people, because we're going to get that money back before they get down through here cycling. We're going to get it back off of our current members as we cycle, and a lot of that's going to come back with cycling that happens right away as we move everybody out of level 1 back into the new level 1. So it'll take care of itself as long as we take care of what we need to. All right, 9 o'clock on the button, 1 hour exactly. I couldn't have timed it any better. So again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. I will send out some emails next week, again
You gonna get
detailing
flyers
the
out
time
on this
frame.
program? John,
Yeah,
are you gonna finally get the flyers out on here?
I will get you a flyer made before we roll out and go live again.
Good, I hope so.
No problem at all.
I need something to mail out to my people.
Yep,
I love the
I
people.
will get you something over to you. Be on the lookout for it.
It's hard to explain that program without a flyer.
Yep, I will get you something.